Coming soon to video cassette.
Hello and welcome to Movie Date, the only show where an idiot and a smart person review movies from the 1990s. I'm your host, Stony Sharp, and this is your host,
Chris Goodwin.
And Chris, why don't you tell the audience a little something about you are a savant and you have the ability to tell me the name, the date, the day of the week, the director, the DP, the box office return, maybe the production designer, the major cast.
Assorted facts.
Based on just the name of a movie from the 1990s.
Yes, basically.
And why did you call me an idiot?
I never called you an idiot. Those are your words. But
I called me an idiot because I can't remember anything about any movie. But I do remember that I had my wisdom teeth pulled and I saw the Flintstones on Percocet.
So that was May 1994.
Yeah, what day of the week was that?
I'm rusty. I haven't really tried to do this in a while, so I might be wrong tonight.
What is it? It's like a muscle. You gotta relax. You gotta stress it.
I exercise a little bit. I just kind of do some exercises to get prepared. Not for this, but I haven't been asked in a while. So last time I was asked was a couple days ago. But I was drinking and it was hard.
Was this the night you were drinking and the guy, a relatively successful screenwriter, said that he took your bit and he put it in a movie and you asked him not to?
He has every right to do so. I just was I felt bad because it kind of it's very personal because it's kind of a freakish thing. Mm-hmm. Some people kind of see it as a weird thing I've been made fun of. So it's not just a character thing. It's also something that
it's part of you.
It's part of me. People say that someone else can do this. I've seen someone else do it. I've never met anybody who remembers when Dutch with Ed O'Neill came out. So it's I don't know.
When
if you
did
know
that
July 19th, 1991.
Now let's make light of it.
You can do it. If you want to put it in a script, you can, but I'm probably going to take you to the People's Court.
So I did not prepare for tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and try to remember literally any movie that I saw in the theaters in the 1990s that we haven't talked about. Did we talk about what's it called? The one with Schwarzenegger and the animated cat, Last Action Hero. Did we talk about that?
Yeah, I don't know. Did we? Well, let's talk about it.
Yeah, when did that come out?
It came out a week after Jurassic Park on June 18th, 1993. My theory is that movie came out today, it would have been a much bigger hit because it was a little bit too early for meta movie jokes, and now the Lego movie, it's all jokes like Last Action Hero jokes.
So it would have been as successful as the Emoji Movie.
Yeah, one would hope.
I mean, out of 4 Rain Man, what do you rate Last Action Hero?
Last Action Hero gets a solid 2.5 Rain Man.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. At the time, I think I would have given it a 4 Rain Man, but now it's 2 Rain Man.
I remember being equally excited about that movie as I was about Jurassic Park. I remember buying a cup tie-in from McDonald's.
Yep.
And I remember being completely let down. 1.5 Rain Men out of 4 Rain Men.
Yeah, Last Action Hero bombed. No one liked it, and it kind of now has a fan base, but it didn't do well. Made 15 million opening weekend. They wanted 50.
Oh, 15 million would be bad today.
50 million would be not that good. Back then, that was huge. That was the biggest opening you can get. But I will say this. I read a story. I don't know if I was young. I don't know if it was true, but I remember they wanted to market Last Action Hero by firing a rocket into space. So if you looked up at the moon, it would say Last Action Hero.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, they really tried to make that happen. And when I heard that, I was like, this movie's going to fucking bomb. They're trying to...
This has a tie-in with a movie that came out this week. And tell me if you can decipher what that tie-in is.
All right.
The movie is Strange Days.
Catherine Bigelow directed Detroit and Strange Days. Right?
That wasn't the tie-in. That was the tie.
Strange Days, October 13th, 1995.
What was the box office return?
That was not that good. I mean, that was a 3 million opening. Again, a movie I would want to revisit. I bet it's better than I remember it to be.
Oh, it was cool. I think... Was that the one where they get the guy in the sex loop and he goes crazy, or was that other movie where you transport into someone's mind? It's like a virtual reality movie.
Yeah. And it was also L.A., riot. It was a very kind of political movie. You can kind of see the director she became, after that.
Catherine Bigelow's a badass, and I would venture to say that she may be a vampire because she did Before Dark, Near Dark, when I was a baby.
Yeah.
And then I worked with her as a PA years ago and she was like 22.
On K-19 or K2?
No, it was before like Hurt Locker.
Oh, Hurt Locker.
And now she did Detroit, and she looks younger than when I saw
Yeah.
her 10 years ago.
Yeah, she directed at an early age. You know, she went out with James Cameron.
Yes, I know. And she's also one of the biggest badasses filmmakers ever. Nobody ever gives her any. Well, people give her credit. I mean, she does major movies, but
Won Academy Award.
yeah. Wait, for which one?
Hurt Locker.
She directed that? I'm just kidding. I said it before. I knew. All right. What do you give? What do you give Strange Days out of 4 Rain Men?
I'll have to give it incomplete. I need to see it again, but I'll give it 2.
3.5 Rain Men. I liked it.
Wow, that should be on the poster.
Yeah.
Yes, 30 sharp, 3.5 Rain Man.
I am interested to know when Interview with a Vampire came out, because that was the 90s, wasn't it?
Yeah, November 11th, 1994. I might be wrong. Day or off. It was Veterans Day, and also came out the same day as the Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus?
Yeah.
When Tim Allen turned into Santa Claus because he got bit by Santa Claus?
Yeah, he kills Santa Claus, and like the soul comes out of Santa Claus's eyes into his eyes.
God.
And he went. He made that sound. Yeah, he made the sound. Talked to a guy you can only see his eyes over a fence, and he became Santa Claus.
Come on.
Yeah, that was.
Now, how does it really happen? He does kill Santa Claus, though.
He gets bit by Santa Claus.
I like New Orleans a lot, and I thought it was so cool that New Orleans was finally finding a place in popular culture, not thinking about the fact that New Orleans is probably the main sort of like thing that people go back to in popular culture since the beginning of America.
Santa Claus.
No, I'm talking about Interview with a Vampire.
Oh, Interview with the Vampire. My bad. Yeah, that was New Orleans. Yeah,
And
but not like present day, like back in the day.
that's the movie that made me like Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Much like Blood Diamonds was the movie that made me like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Wow, that's a weird one for Leo, right? Wasn't
I was a
Departed?
hater, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, this guy's doing a fantastic accent.
You really?
I'm not kidding.
When he was like bling blang, you were like, that's an accent right there?
Yeah. I saw it on a plane. I like every movie.
Well, you saw it on a plane. What are you gonna do? Walk out? I thought it was slow as slow. I thought it was really slow when I saw it. It's one of the first movies I almost walked out of. But then I remember kind of liking it. I remember it had a good twist, and it had a Guns N' Roses cover of a Rolling Stones song that was awful.
Interesting.
That wasn't the twist I was referring to.
So what do you give it?
I'm gonna get that 2 Rain Men. I've been only doing the 2 range. I need to go up or go down. So let's keep going.
Check this out.
Yeah.
As you know, I don't give a lot of 4s on this one.
I'll never give a. I'll never say never. But
I like the part where the little girl burned to death. 3 3/4 Rain Man.
oh wow, that's a rigging again. It should be in the poster.
Yeah.
That little girl was Kirsten Dunst, right?
Oh my gosh. 3.5 then.
Yeah. Gets
So-
the Dunst bump.
So now is the part of the show where we open up the questions to the floor. If anybody in the audience here wants to ask Stump, me, or Chris, we're happy to answer your questions. Yes, go ahead, you. LA story.
We're gonna do LA Story first. February 8th, 1991. The same day as Sleeping with the Enemy. I remember that because my brother won a radio contest to go see LA Story. Like, he's older than me.
Like panicked and calling.
He won like a radio contest in Boston to go see LA Story at the premiere in Boston at the Hard Rock Cafe. And my brother was like, holy shit.
They premiered it in Boston?
No, I think they just had a screening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, LA Story premiere at the Hard Rock in Boston.
My favorite quote from that movie. My doctor told me I was depressed, but I didn't realize it because I was so busy being happy all the time. Folks, we got one more. Try to stump the master. Frankenstein
I've never
on.
even heard of that. Who's in that? That came out in the theater? Frankenstein Unbound? Yeah, I want it because I've never even heard of it.
November 2nd, 1990.
Yeah, that was right as I was starting to do this. That's a really good one. I've never even heard of that, honestly.
So that was before, and if this is your first time watching, that was before Chris fell on the rock during baseball that enabled him to have this ability.
You know what sucks about this? November 2nd is my mom's birthday. And I didn't know. My mom's going to be like, you don't remember when we went to go see Frankenstein Unbound at my birthday?
We see every Corman flick together.
It's a tradition.
Yes, Roxy. Theodora Rex.
Never came out in the theater, straight to
Wait,
video.
this is perfect for me. Ready?
Right.
I know. I can guess this one.
Hold on, I want to know because that was
Whoopi
Whoopi Goldberg and
dinosaur. The dinosaur from the sitcom series Dinosaurs, and then it was December. It was December 21st, 1993.
no, it was 1995. I have a. That was supposed to be Ted Danson and Whoopi Goldberg because they were dating.
Instead, a dinosaur got the part.
No. Yeah. They replaced him with a dinosaur, baby. No, Ted Danson was gonna be the dinosaur voice.
But then he did the blackface thing, and then they remember when he did that?
Made in America.
Oh,
Will Smith
that
was in it.
Bad idea. No, when he did that, remember he did that. He roasted.
Oh,
her.
the Friars roast. Yeah. Imagine he.
And he was like, what? And all of America was like, oh no.
His stepson went to my school for a while, and he was gonna speak. I was writing the jokes, like I wrote the award show, and he was gonna speak about like ideals and all this kind of shit. And I was like, what we should do is as he's speaking about like honor and film, we should roll that clip of the blackface behind him. Yeah.
That's what he gets for trying to inspire the youth.
By the way, I'm really Frankenstein Unbound. That's gonna kill me.
Now it comes to the part of our show where we review the same movie we review every single time because I think this movie is great.
Yep.
And I'm kind of not even doing it ironically. I truly think that this is a special movie, and the director of it did the best student film I've ever seen. It was called The Beaver Gets a Boner, and the movie is called Hudson Hawk.
Timely, we talk about it because I got a lot of Hudson Hawk vibes in Baby Driver.
Interesting.
Because Baby Driver was based off a short video that Edgar Wright directed, where he was they were time robberies based on how long a song was.
Yes.
And that's Hudson Hawk. When they would time the robberies, they would sing a song. They'd be like, how much time do we have? 3:11. Let's do Swing on a Star.
So then Baby Driver did this too? I didn't see that.
And I emailed my friend who wrote Hudson Hawk.
Yes.
Or Facebook messaged him, asked him, is that accurate? And he said it was because he talked to Edgar. That's accurate. That's a homage to Hudson Hawk.
I knew it.
Premiere Magazine used to predict box office gross. Like, they would do like top 20 movies of the summer, and they predict how much they think the movies would make. And they predicted $200 million for Hudson Hawk.
What did it make?
It made like maybe $30 million. Because that was just Bruce Willis could do no wrong until he did. He did some wrong, Hawk. Baby.
I like the part where it's the auction, and he goes going once, going twice, and it hits. And it blows up. It blows him up, and in my memory, it's very gory the way that the guy blows up.
Oh yeah, it was a violent movie, and the director directed Heathers, which I think some people forget.
I did not. I love his work, and now he directs
I
things
think
for Amazon.com.
Yeah, Frankenstein Unbound. Shit.
Well, we'll guess more movies that we are not quite sure when they came out and feel bad about it.
Yeah.
On the next Movie Date. Thank you so much.